Hello guys, today I'm going to be doing top 10 songs from my past, or nostalgic songs. But before I get into that, I'm going to tell you how my channel is going to be working from now on. Fridays are going to be top 5/10 videos, either one. It could be about anything. Saturdays, I want to try to do song reviews, and then Sundays, I want to do album reviews. So for today, like I said, I want to do top 10 songs from my past. Um, so yeah, I don't know how to add transitions, stuff like that in here, so if you guys can tell me in the comments, that'd be nice. So I'm just gonna say them. Alright, so for my first pick, it's In the End by Linkin Park. I really like the song. It's a bit edgy, as you might say. And it's just it brings back nostalgic feels of just my childhood and stuff like that. Because I knew a lot of people that liked that type of music back in the day. And it's just a good song to just turn up in the car or whatever, and just screaming at the top of your lungs. So the second one is I'm Just a Kid by Simple Plan. And same thing, in the end, it's a very nostalgic song for me. I grew up with it. My mom's best friend loved Simple Plan, so I got to hear quite a bit of them. And my sister and I, we always listened to it. I think we actually made a video on her laptop using that song, if I'm not mistaken. And I really loved it. Um, when I was younger, I was really into pop punk and stuff like that. I liked all the small things of Blink 182, and I liked Green Day, other bands, and yeah, it's just really just cool to listen to. And now I finally with the other songs as well, I see the deeper side of it. I just back in the day, I just heard guitars, drums, and singing. I didn't think about it to a deep extent because I was so young. But now, I'm a bit older and I can kind of comprehend more and stuff. So my third one is Thanks for the Memories by Fall Out Boy. I actually remember how I found this song. I was 5 years old, and sorry, can't speak. My sister's friend, gave us this Wii game that she didn't want anymore from, I think, 2007. And so I was like, ooh, cool. It's called Boogie Superstar. And it's a singing and dancing game or whatever, and you could sing songs. There was Makes Me Wonder by Maroon 5, and that one song in the Jump In movie, it's jump to the rhythm and stay to the music. It's that song. It was on the soundtrack for Jump In It. It's the Disney Channel movie with Corbin Bleu in it and Keke Palmer, I believe. Yeah. Anyway, there was that one Hilary Duff song. I'm trying to think of it. Oh my God, what's it? And it's she's going out or something like that. Something Hollywood and Vine. That's one of the lyrics. Anyway, I remember being the 5-year-old that I was so confused. I was wait, why is it spelled like that? I barely knew how to spell back then, to be honest, but I already kind of knew that hey, this is not spelled correctly. There's something wrong with it. But I really loved it, and I knew most of the lyrics. The next one is Dance Floor Anthem by Good Charlotte. And that's actually, I found it the same day actually as Thanks for the Memories. I only knew the chorus, and all the judges on the game would always tell me that I fucking sucked at it. And I played that game for probably three years straight, and I never got better. But now I think if I play it again, which I'm probably not, because I don't know how to like set the Wii up and stuff like that. Anyway, I feel like I'd be like a lot better. And yeah, I like that band. They're not that bad. I was supposed to see them at Warped Tour, but they didn't go to my Warped Tour, and I was all pissed. I was like, what the fuck? What's the point of getting a good Charlotte shirt? I'm not gonna see them. My next one, number 5, is Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana. My mommy, my mom was a Nirvana fan back in the 90s. I believe she wasn't too old when Kurt died. I think it was like 94, if I'm not mistaken. So she was roughly about maybe like 14, 15. And so yeah, like she used to play them a lot along with like Red Hot Chili Peppers and so much more, and just, it's like cool song to jam out to, or like get all your rage out, and stuff like that. Number 6 is All the Small Things, so like 182. And see, look, I'm wearing one of their shirts. All the Small Things is just like, it reminds me of a time when pop punk was still like really huge. I know it's pretty big still today, but it's not as popular as it was in 1999, I believe, when All the Small Things came out. Which is hard to believe that it's been 18 years pretty much since this song came out. It's really odd to think about how time goes by so fast. Anyway, like my brothers and my sister, we would all like jam out to it. I always thought the video was kind of funny, to be honest with you. And you'd hear it like on TV, like on MTV, something like that, like for the throwback jams, because when I was born it was already 5 years old. So yeah. For number 7, it's I Write Sins, Not Tragedies by Panic at the Disco. I always thought that Brendan Urie was hot. I was like, oh shit, hey, how you doing? Brendan is my forehead twin, as you could tell. We're both Jimmy Neutrons. I just I just loved the song. Every time it'd come on the radio, me and my sister, we'd be like, oh my god, Mom, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. And then she'd turn it up, and me and her would be singing at the top of our lungs. And actually, Brendan Urie, like, dressed up as what he was dressed up as in the video, was one of my first ever backgrounds for my laptop. And I love the song. It's still a really good song to listen to. All these songs are good songs to listen to. I suggest you guys listen to them later. Number 8, Misery Business by Paramore. Now that one, I started listening to them in 2007, 8. So the song was pretty new when I started listening to them, or at least the video was new. I always just remember thinking that Hayley Williams' name was Paramore. Because I was so little, I was like, oh yeah, that's Paramore. I actually didn't know until maybe 5 years ago, or whenever Only Exception came out. Oh my god, oh fuck, it just hit me. It's almost 8 years now. Fuck me. Oh my god. But yeah, I just always thought her name was Paramore. And I was like, girl, you got a weird name, but a good voice. Also, fun fact, she spells her middle name the way I spell my first name, which is kind of odd because you don't really see Nicole spelled with an H in it. I don't know. And, yeah, I just always thought it was funny how, the girl in the video, she cuts the girl's, braid off, kind of. I thought it was funny being, 3, almost 4 when it came out. And, that was one of the jams that, me and my sister would listen to, all the time. We listened to, pretty much all of these songs. Number 9, Helena by MCR. Helena by MCR is really important to me, to be honest. It's one of my favorite songs of all time. It's really well written. And I love the video too, to be honest. Um, you can kind of like hear Gerard's pain coming out of the screen, just like reaching you and hitting you in the feels, you know? And I think that's what they tried to do. I think they tried to, like, come out of the screen and just kind of like hit you in the face with the feels, like I said before. I love that about them, any of the songs you can listen to and it just like kind of hits you, but in a good way, most likely. Sometimes. For most MCR fans, it's like, oh, MCR broke up and I'm gonna cry about it now. Anyway, sorry about that. But, yeah, like, that was one of my first ever My Chem songs. I remember when my sister was in 5th grade, around 2009, that was her ringtone, and I just remember I was like, oh my gosh, why is that, like, your ringtone? Like, I don't know. Like, I liked the song, I just, like, I don't know, I was kind of confused. I was a very confused child. And like, I had a major crush on him whenever I found it out. I think it was 2007-ish when I found out about MCR and stuff like that. And just like, just so hardcore, man. Hardcore. I still feel bad for Gerard and Mikey after like losing their grandma. You could tell that they were really hurt, like, about it, because obviously you wouldn't be like that hurt if you didn't write a song about it. Like, you'd have to be like extremely hurt to write a song about death, to be honest. Or at least a death about like a person that you know, or like a friend or family member, whatever it is. And for my last pick, it is once again My Chemical Romance, Teenagers. Teenagers is, I believe, the first ever My Chemical Romance song I've ever heard. I actually listened to it around the time the video came out, so around 2007. And I know a lot of MCR fans would be like, oh my god, you're so lucky. You were a fan before they broke up. Like, yes, I know. I've been a fan since 2007, and it's been almost 10 years. October is the 10th anniversary for me. And I remember my sister would always be like, oh yeah, that's mommy's favorite song by them. And I was just always confused by the girls in the gas masks. I was like, what the fuck? Like, that looks a bit heavy, and how can you breathe with that on? And it's also creepy. Like, why are you doing those weird moves with gas masks on? Actually, I don't even know. I don't even think I knew what gas masks were back in the day. But yeah, like, the song is just really enjoyable. Every MCR song, sorry, is pretty much well written, except for the one off of the Weapons album. That's kind of my least favorite out of all of them. Like, it goes Revenge, and then Black Parade and Bullets are kind of tied, to be honest, because I like them both equally. And then Danger Days, and then Conventional Weapons. I really don't consider May Death Ever Stop You or Never Stop You as an album, because it's mainly more so just like their hits, and plus it came out literally a year after they disbanded. Anyway, back to the song. I just really loved it, and like, I found like just some weird interest in it. I was like, oh my gosh, yes. Like, yes, that is my band. But at the time I was more Maroon 5 fan. But anyway, I actually have a story I'm gonna tell you guys. It has to do with the song Famous Last Words by them. But I'm still gonna tell it anyways, because it's off the same album, same artist. So I was about 5 or 6, and my sister's friend, the one who gave us the Wii game, was about maybe 12 years old. Or, like 12 or 11, and sorry about that. And, me and her were walking outside, and she was playing the video for it. We were in my backyard, actually. And we were right by the swing set. Actually, we were more so by the fire pole thing. Like, that's on our, like, big playhouse thing that we still have. That was from, like, Toys R Us. Anyway, and she asked 5-year-old me, or 6-year-old me, I was in kindergarten, Nicole, would you A, kiss Gerard, or B, make out with him? I took a second and I was like, I gotta think for a minute. I thought it out and I was like, B. Do I regret my decision? No, not at all. 5-year-old me knew what I wanted. I wanted to make out with that hot man, and I don't blame myself. Yeah, those are my top 10 picks. This is kind of hard to pick, to be honest, because, like, I literally love all of the songs that, I grew up with, because they're just so, like, meaningful to me. They have a place in my heart, because I grew up with them. And it's just, like, it's so weird to, like, see time fly and, like, how music changes from the time you're born to, like, the time you die. It's, like, we went from having, let's see, Tupac, Nirvana, etc., to Migos and All Time Low. That is a huge jump, to be honest with you. But yeah, sorry if I got off topic a lot. Sorry. I love you guys. Stay strong. Peace out. Bye.